Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
After 13 years of exposing lies in the media, I discovered the biggest lie of all. They want you to think racism is random, accidental, just bad people doing bad things. But what if I told you anti-black racism was engineered, programmed like software, marketed like a product, and designed to survive across generations? That's exactly what I prove in my new book, Us versus the Machine, How Anti-Black Racism Was Programmed, Marketed, and Made to Survive. This isn't another book about what racism looks like. This is the blueprint of how it was built, who profits from it, and most importantly, how to dismantle it. I spent years connecting dots that they never wanted connected, following money trails that they thought were buried, exposing the machine that runs on our oppression. Knowledge is power, but strategic knowledge is liberation. Get Us versus the Machine on Amazon today, because once you understand the system, you can beat the system.
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure to click the subscribe button. That's free. You know, it costs you anything. Make sure to click the like button. Y'all, I'm a little under the weather today. I'm telling y'all, I'm a little under the weather. I almost didn't even stream. But, hey, I'm going to try to get this knocked out, you know, fast, you know, hopefully fast as possible. I've worked before, done streams with the flu. I mean, full-blown flu, right? I don't have that, but I'm just really annoyed right now with what's going on with my allergies and head, and I've been fighting this mess for a couple of days. So bear with your brother, bear with your brother. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about the richest nation on earth. And what is the richest nation on earth, according to white people? Is America, the United States of America to be exact, not the continent of North America. The richest nation on earth. And the richest nation on earth have people doing things that rich nations should not have people doing, right? And it seems like the current administration don't even care how it looks at all. So we get to talk about that here tonight. I'm gonna check in with y'all. I know on the YouTube side, I can't even see our comments. So luckily, I have my trusty tablet here, and I can still keep up with what y'all are saying. Yeah, 'cause I normally get up like about 4 or something in the morning and go to the gym, you know, get my workout on in the morning, and I was like, oh no, I couldn't get out of bed, man. My throat was on fire. Like, oh man. I rarely get any kind of colds. I mean, I get something every year, but it's just very rare for me to get sick. I think the last time I was really sick was when I had COVID. Oh man, I don't want that ever again, right? I wouldn't be talking to y'all if I had that. But let's go ahead and get started because hey, we won't take much of your time, and I know your time is precious. So, the richest nation on earth has people. As we know, the food bank lines are full of people, and the government is still shut down. We have people who are air traffic controllers, TSA. Some of y'all better reshuffle or see if you can reshuffle possibly. If they do not get this shutdown over with, your travel plan is going to be screwed up. I don't know if you've seen the video coming out of Bush Intercontinental, but it is crazy. I am so glad that I did not have no flights booked in November or December or anything like that going on with this shutdown. I don't know if y'all heard they had 2 crashes going on. 2. I just saw something about a UPS plane caught fire. Caught fire. And the other something happened in Kentucky. I don't listen, y'all. These people losing their mind, but it will be the richest nation on earth, though, right? Now it lets you know that the richest nation on earth is a paycheck to paycheck society, because if it wasn't a paycheck to paycheck society, then everything wouldn't fall apart so quick. The federal workers haven't had their check in 30 days, and they're literally falling apart. What kind of society? You have to look at the foundation of America, right? What was the foundation of America? Slavery. And this nation never moved out of a slave labor class. You understand? So this is why they don't want to pay nobody a living wage. This is why they want you paycheck to paycheck, because they never want you to thrive. Even when you go to school, they don't teach you how to thrive. They just teach you to get a job and just maintain just enough, right? Just enough to the next paycheck. Not where you can travel the world, or you can go on vacation, or you can save a lot of money or do something, right? No, they want you to do just enough to go to work, pay your bills, get you paying payments. That's the key, payments. If they can keep you in payments, then they keep you in debt. And what does the Bible teach? The debtor is slave to the lender. These people, all they know is slavery. That's why they want us so quick in debt. Let me tell you a real story. I had my credit card. Never forget this. One credit card, and I didn't ask for no increase. I pay my credit card fine, issue no problem. I look at my credit card one day, and they increased my credit card by $2,000. I'm like, I didn't ask for no limit increase. I didn't ask for anything. They put it on there. Now I say, what's the psychology of that? Well, he paying it this good. Okay, cool, but we want him in debt. So let's try to see if we can tempt him by giving him more credit limit increase. Something may happen. He spends the money, and now he's paying payments to pay us off. Everything they do is slavery. And now they have perfected slavery. And now they used to have just us enslaved. Now they got everybody enslaved. And white people, you enslaved too, right? You enslaved too. You're not better. You're not in a better position. But the issue with you folks is this. You support policies and politicians that are going to take from you when you need programs. You need it. I was looking at the Section 8 numbers today. They said the last count I read, 2.4 million people are on the Section 8 program. 45% of that is actually black folk. So white people lead SNAP, black folk lead Section 8. So y'all know. But when you break down those numbers, about a little over 1,080,000 black people are on, I'm talking about at least families, are on the Section 8 program. And then you have about 800,000 white families that's on the Section 8 program. And then you break down Hispanics and whatever else. Asians have the lowest number on Section 8. Okay? Now, for black people to be the highest on Section 8, that sounds about right. But you got to think about it. Out of 43 million black people, only about 1 million black families on Section 8. The majority of us are not on Section 8 either, right? And they say the Section 8 payments ain't been going out to landlords. And so landlords have been put in a position where, hey, I have to evict these people because they can't fully pay the full market rent. So it's crazy. But this supposed to be the richest nation on earth, though. This supposed to be the richest nation on planet Earth, you guys and ladies. Now let's play this video, and I want y'all to look at now. Is this video that should be coming out of the richest nation on earth? Let's just play this.
We don't have the finances to get groceries. If it wasn't for these food pantries and Feeding Tampa Bay, we wouldn't be able to survive. And that's really tough.
Well, right now, there are more than 1,000 people in line here at Feeding Tampa Bay to try and get food assistance. Look at all that. The line has been going for several hours now as people wait for Feeding Tampa Bay to open up. That's because the SNAP benefits that they had relied on have expired, and this month's payments have not yet arrived. The federal government does say that they're going to be providing potentially half of those payments after a court order, but it remains to be seen as to when those payments can be sent. Right now, there are 500,000 people in Tampa Bay who depend on SNAP payments, and right now it is unclear as to when those payments are going to be coming in. Feeding Tampa Bay says they expect 1,000 people to try and get extra food to feed their families over the coming days.
We are likely going to run out of food before you get to the front of the line. So this is our pantry network. Additional places to access food will be back next week. I'm so sorry.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, is that kind of video should be coming out of the richest nation on planet Earth? What happened? What happened to the richest nation on earth? Why are there citizens in food bank lines? And I've been seeing comments from other people from other countries. I've seen some Russian people making comments. I've been seeing people from Middle East making comments about all these videos. And they're saying, what is going on with the United States of America? Why are those people are not getting paid? I thought they were so rich. I thought they had so much. What's going on? Well, the way they treated black people in this country, you think that they were going to actually have a good end? This mess that listen, the Republicans, and let's call it what it is, I'm just being honest, they're not even trying to function in the government. Mike Johnson has the whole Congress, at least the Republicans, at home. They're not even in Washington to talk about anything. On top of that, Mike Johnson won't even swear in the congresswoman out of Arizona because they're trying to protect pedophiles. That's what they're on, protecting pedophiles, right? So you got that going on, right? I mean, this country is so dysfunctional. It is a dysfunctional place. But it's good to see in real time because black folks have told y'all this forever. Black folks have been the oracle, have been the prophet about America for a very long time. And what did you do to all the great prophets? You put them in jail, you beat them. You put COINTELPRO on them. You kill them. Some of them had to leave the country in exile. There's a lot of things that y'all done to people that warned about this country, people that fought for justice, that if you'd have listened to Dr. King, if you'd have listened to Malcolm X, if you'd listened to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if you'd have listened to Assata Shakur, if you'd have listened to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, if you'd have listened to her, if you'd have listened to Dr. Claude Anderson, America, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in right now. Your greatest asset was black America. The greatest treasure you had was black America, and because of your hate and because you so conniving and bloodthirsty and greedy is why you're in the position that you're in right now. $37 trillion in debt. Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell says, excuse me, that every, excuse me, oh, Lord, that every, 180 days, man, get some water. Hold on. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Every 180 days, you going $1 trillion in debt. Now, if you knew somebody was that bad with money, you wouldn't put them over the lemonade stand finances, right? Yet these people have been just messing the bag up. They don't care about any of you that's hungry, including white people. They don't care about anybody. But see, that's the thing with white people. That's what I want to tell you. For a long time, you was cool with black people starving. You was cool with the police brutality. You was cool with the miseducation of black people. You was cool with the mass incarceration of black people. You was cool with black people being laid off in droves. You were cool with all that. And literally everything that black people have been fighting about and telling you about has been happening to you. You've been laid off in droves. Because trust me, y'all talk about the 300,000 black women. Throw that to the side. You know how many white people have been fired from the federal government? You know, it's a lot. Listen, that's a lot of things that happen to white people in this country they won't report because they don't want to get white people on alert. There's a lot of white women and white men that have been let go by the federal government. Like you see all these white folks in food bank lines. See, they can't hide that. You understand what I'm saying? We told y'all about police brutality. Look at what ICE is doing. Y'all go out there. They had a white pastor out there in Chicago talking about immigration. And one of the ICE agents from the top of the roof shot him in the head with a pepper spray ball. That was so uncalled for. But how many times have we told y'all that they shooting us in the face with rubber bullets and we ain't doing anything? We just standing there. And they do the exact same thing now to white people. See, but the whole time you was telling us, we were telling you about the jobs. Oh, just stop being lazy. You did something wrong to get fired or let go, right? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, black people. Comply with the police. Well, that white pastor that got shot in the head, he what was he gonna comply with, right? But how many times that's happened to us? See, it's like everything that y'all have co-signed, now you starting to get the taste. And one thing my grandfather always said, that people hate the taste of their own medicine. He said he hated it. And especially y'all, you hate the taste of your own medicine because a lot of you think that suffering only belongs to my people, black Americans in particular. And now you started to having to swallow that medicine that you created. If you'd have listened to black people long time ago, America would be an equal place, a fair place for all people. But you didn't want that. You was cool with the suffering of your American brother as long as you wasn't suffering. Once again, you denied free health care at the time of Truman, President Truman, because black people's going to get it. Now you can't afford health care. You see how that works? I want y'all to see how it works. Y'all, all this stuff y'all suffering, y'all shouldn't even be suffering right now, white people. But because of your anti-black racism that's been going on for hundreds of years, now your racism is starting to catch up with you. And Donald Trump having been in office not even a year yet. And look at the chaos has happened in this country. Pure chaos. And it's not just him. It's the Republicans going with him. They listen to him. Listen, like my state of Texas. Donald Trump tells Texas, hey, see, you can find me 5 seats. This governor here in Texas, oh, yeah, I call special session. We'll gerrymander it. We'll get the 5 seats. I'm like, what kind of sick hole this man have on y'all that you don't got your own brain and you don't think past him? I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. He's not going to be in office only 4 years. What's going to happen when the Democrats get in office? I got to really think about the move I'm about to make because when the Democrats get in office, they're going to eventually start doing the same thing. So now since y'all gerrymandering states, then the Democrats can say, oh, well, we're going to gerrymander the states too. And so you're not going to have a voice. But gerrymandering started to not give us a voice as black people. Have y'all noticed everything they do, it starts off with harming us, and then eventually goes to harming them every time? OT Gaming family say this is exactly why I voted for Trump. Do you know how many times they turn our benefits off without any notice, no warning, nothing. He said, please. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do that to black people. They have. Black people have benefits, and you go look for it and like, what happened? Oh, you got kicked off for some BS reason. No, it's not that. No. I want y'all to be very clear why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm the I told you so guy. I'm the, well, see, this is what happens when you did this to my people guy. I'm not saying, oh, I feel bad for you guy. No. Because a lot of this stuff could have been prevented. And they chose this stuff. Like we said last time. They literally went vote for politicians that was going to take programs away, and they did it thinking it's going to harm us. Yet they benefit from these programs. They do things they voted against black people. They voted for candidates. And I just saw the New York mayor's race. That Zoran Mamdani, he won. He got 58% of the vote. And oh boy, they losing their mind over there about him because he's a Democratic socialist. And that's not the regular Democrats. That is a Democratic socialist, right? Oh, so they really losing their mind. And they say he's he's born in Uganda as well. But yeah. So they losing their mind about that. Trump threatened to not give federal funding because if he wins the election, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna, because he winning the election, you're gonna deny federal funding. But okay, I mean, I guess. I mean, New York will be all right, right? This country is a freaking reality show at this point. Every day is something new. Every freaking day. But your banks, I don't know if you've been hearing about your banks. Your banks have been limiting people now how much they're taking out, like cash money transactions. Look it up. They've been limiting people how much they take out. That's going on, right? A lot of jobs aren't coming back. Interesting times, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Tony say the empire is falling. Well, here's the problem. As I'm looking at all this, I'm like, it's interesting because what I'm looking at now and what I'm learning, political parties are a recipe for disaster. I'm starting to understand that now. Because if you have a people with say, I'm with this party and we got this beliefs, and this person say, I'm with this other party and we got these beliefs. Well, your belief is the party. Your belief is not country. And the so-called Democrats and Republicans should be saying, wait a minute, hold on. It's things we want to fight for, but the greater good of the country is a lot better, right? And I know what the Democrats are doing. They're saying, look, we don't want to budge because we budge right now. Man, Trump will the steamrollers the whole 4 years, and we're not going to be able to get anything done because we're gonna back out, right? Then at the same time, you got federal workers who not getting a check. People in food bank lines. The food banks can't handle it, and neither is the federal government giving the food banks money to do any of this, right? Do you know Brooke Rollins, the Secretary of Agriculture? A lot of grocery stores are like, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and start giving money to the food banks. Food, or let's give the people a discount who have SNAP. And then she came out and say, oh, no, you can't give a discount to the people that normally would have SNAP. You can't do that unless you're giving everybody a discount. So she come out and say that. So they can't help out the food banks and stay in the SNAP program, and they can't give a discount to people that were SNAP recipients. So their hands are tied, right? And I'm like, wow. I'm like, they are really on one. And listen, white America, I want to talk to white America a little bit. You see how they don't like you? They don't like you at all. Now, we've been known they don't like us. I mean, come on. But this is what we tried to tell you for years. For years. Listen, doing blackface, calling us the N-word, not gonna pay a bill in your house. Calling us the N-word and all of that is not going to put a food on your table. You can't eat racism, huh? You can't pay a bill. Call your light company today and see if you can pay it with racism. Go call your car you're paying payments on and see if they accept racism as a payment. See, if you'd have invested in equality and invested in justice, like Black America have been fighting for forever, a lot of these problems wouldn't even be here. See, racism is something that y'all heavily invested in. I look at racism like a bad penny stock. You invested so much into a bad penny stock, and you just threw your money in the trash. You can't pull from nothing from that racism. And then the rich and the elite among you laughing at you, look at you as poor, starving, and you just a nuisance to them. Look, check this out. You mentioned reparations. I said a long time ago, you ain't gotta really fight for reparations like you think you gotta fight for it. There's gonna come a time where they're gonna want to give it. Not because they want to do what's right, but they're gonna feel that, well, that's one way to save ourselves is to pay reparations. You understand what I'm saying? These people are losing it, man. They're losing it. They're losing it. Now, people talk about the American dollar. I told y'all a long time ago, the American dollar is only beneficial outside this country. The American dollar is a piece of crap in it. I'm going to repeat that again. The American dollar is beneficial outside this country. It's a piece of crap in it. Because my American dollar goes so much further when I'm outside this country. I can go, listen, I've done it. I've went to the grocery stores in these various countries, used my American dollars on my cards, okay, or cashing in, and not spend much of nothing in these other countries. But let me try the same purchase of groceries in my own country, and the American dollar is no different than a Ghana CD in their country, a Ghana. I know what I'm telling you. That's why so many content creators were loving the pandemic, because they can go they were getting digital nomad visas, and they was living in other countries on the American dollar, and they were living like a king and queen because your dollars go so much further outside this country. Mike G say, well, I ain't going nowhere. Mike, ain't nobody telling you go nowhere. Do what you want to do. You grown. I'm just telling you a truth. If you want to go down with the ship, you can go down with the ship. I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you what I know by me going shopping, buying clothes. Now, certain things may be a little higher outside the country. But if you stick to, like, let's say the foods that they make there in those countries, oh, yeah, you're going to save all day long. All day long. Let me tell Mike something. Mike, when I left Port Arthur was my home. Port Arthur, Texas. So when I left Port Arthur, I can go anywhere in America or throughout the world. I'm not beholden to America like that. I've been said that. If there's an opportunity for me tomorrow, I'm out. If it's worth it, I'm gone. I've been said that. I'm not beholden to this place. It's really, for me, what if God say, you know what, I'm done. Get your stuff, go to a promised land, I'm going to show you. But get your stuff. If you stay, you're going down with them. I'm sorry, I really listen to God. Like, all right, where I'm going, Lord? I guess I'm ready. Where I'm going. I'm not getting tore up for something I ain't do. Man, forget. I don't. Some of y'all. Listen, I'm telling you. I'm gonna repeat this again. God's earth is huge, and there's many places, many people have gone over many, many years. Now the problem is, let me preach to y'all, especially Black America. Your problem is you're comfortable. You're extremely comfortable. Even in chaos, you're comfortable. I get it. I trust it. If anybody get it, I get it. Okay? Some people in our community don't even want to do anything more than listen, this is what they want. And I've said this, I'm going to continue to say this because I know you. What you want is if white people just stop being racist and, stop being, police brutality and stop violence in the store and just be just normal people, right? Just leave us alone like everybody else. No racism, no nothing. But white people can still run everything, though. They just don't treat you racist anymore, right? You'd be cool with that. You'd be cool with white people still running everything as long as they don't treat you racist. You cool with them running the schools. You cool with them running the law enforcement. You cool with them running the government. You cool just as long as they just don't mass incarcerate you, don't kill you, don't whatever. Just as long as they just don't do any of those things, you're fine. You really don't want to run anything. You don't want to be responsible for the power grid. You don't want to be responsible for the natural gas delivery. You don't want to be responsible for the military or the budget. Or you really don't want to do any of that. You just want to be comfortable. That's it. No racism, no problems, none of that mess. And you'll be fine. White people can run the earth in your mind for another 1,000 years if they wanted to, as long as they're not racist towards you. That's really what a lot of you think. I know you. A person like myself, on the other hand, I believe in self-sufficiency. I believe in we should want to run our own stuff. That's how I feel about it. I've studied their history and their culture, and they can't get along with nobody. It's not just black folk. They can't get along with nobody. Everywhere they go, they cause a calamity with them. Study their history. Some of you say, well, I don't know about all that. Like, what are you trying to do something different, though? Are you trying? Like, some people still believe in their political parties, Democrat and Republican. I'm like, you still ain't figured that out yet? Democrat, Republican? Really? Any black person with common sense would never be a Democrat and they would never be a Republican. They say, I'm a black independent. I'm independent of thought, independent of my ideology away from you. And if I do vote, it's based off of my interest alone. It's not based off of your political party. I'm not screw your party. Because your party ain't done nothing for Republicans, ain't done nothing for black folk, and Democrats haven't done nothing for black folk. So why are you telling me anything in my face? Give me what I want. It's transactional. Bottom line. Politicians are no different than, I know it's a bad analogy, but it is what it is. A transactional relationship is no different than a dude going to get a woman from the blade. He want what he want. She want the money. They exchange money. They do what they do. Both of them get what they want. That's the way politics work. And the problem is black folks been paying the money, but not getting the honey. That's really what black folks been doing. And now black folks are saying, no, I'm not paying the money if I ain't getting no honey now. And they mad about that. They've been giving the honey to everybody else but black folk. So, no, you not even respecting yourself. If you give your money to somebody and you don't get, no, That's what it is. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen, is that these people, you can't believe in their politicians. Like I said, that's why when I hear somebody talking about I'm a black Democrat, I'm like, you still haven't figured it out, huh? I'm more conservative. And I really look at you, I'm like, you ain't figured it out, right? Like, if you say, well, the Democrats believe in abortion, I'm like, okay, I'm with you on that. But when you say conservative, what are you conserving? Because I don't hear you talking about conserving anything in our community. Tell me what you're trying to conserve in the black community. I know what white folks want to conserve, but what are you trying to conserve? Because when I look at their party, they're about white supremacy conservation. They're not about anything. So are you trying to preserve white supremacy? Because last time I checked, no, you can be a black. You want to conserve our community, our way, our culture, our teachings, our history. Yeah, we can conserve that all day long. If you want to say I'm a black conservative, I'm a black America conservative. I'm only worried about conserving black America. I'm not trying to conserve white supremacy. I'm only trying to conserve black America. I'm trying to conserve our recipes. I'm trying to conserve our dances, our lingo, our culture. I'm trying to conserve black businesses. I'm trying to conserve black education, black innovation. I'm trying to conserve all of that. But when you hear black people talking about black conservatives, you ain't talking about conserving anything in black America. So what are you talking about when you're talking about a black conservative? I even hate the term black conservative because you're not even trying to conserve black America. Then when they do use you as a black conservative, you're doing white supremacist talking points. That's the only reason they put you up there. Black people ain't no victims. You a victim. What are you talking about? You are a victim. Boy, they get so mad when you say that. You're not a victim. I am a victim. I'm a victim of white supremacy. I am a victim. You're teaching people they're victims because they are victims. Don't mean you live as a victim, but you have to admit that you have been victimized by white supremacy. Black people aren't where they're supposed to be because they've been victimized by white supremacy. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I should be 10 times more where I'm at today, but because I'm victimized by white supremacy is why I'm not where I'm at. Bottom line, sabotage is victimization. You're victimizing people. You may not be physically putting your hands on every black person, but if you're sabotaging black people economically, they're victims of your sabotage. So yes, we are victims. I have no problem admitting that. I don't feel weak by saying that. You better understand reality. I'm not saying you lay down and don't fight anything either, but understand where you at. Until you realize that how you're being victimized, that's the way you can fight back. They're always trying to tell you you're not a victim. That's like the person that's violating somebody and they've been violated, and then the violator is telling them they're not a victim. And you look at them like, what? Yeah, that's them. Because they just abusive and oppressive. They get so mad when you say you're a victim. Oh, they get mad. They get so hot to hear you say that. Why do they get, you're just acting like a victim. You're practicing the victim Olympics. You doggone right. And I'm going to get a gold medal in the victim Olympics too. I have no problem talking about that. Then the crazy part, the other day, let me tell you about something I heard the other day. Got on my nerves. Oh, boy. Okay. You had a sister, black American sister, on TikTok. And they had a Nigerian immigrant. And he was saying the most vile things he could say to this black American woman about slave and all this stuff about slave. And I'm going to say this much about slave. And I just left a comment. I'm like, bro, you really talking? I know you're not talking, bro. You need to calm down. You know, you want to talk about black Americans and you're here. That's why I try not to go down that route, because I could be so mean. And I can be mean with the truth, though. And I don't want to do that for the simple fact that I got a lot of good brothers and sisters who's from these countries that watch our platform, and they not down for all this stuff. But the only thing I would say is this. I have no problem with ICE getting a hold of him and sending him back home. But I tell you what, if Trump go over there to Nigeria, you going to see. You going to see. It's the only thing I'm saying. You will see if Trump goes to Nigeria. The white man don't bring no peace nowhere he go. If Trump bring calamity to America, you think he not going to bring calamity in Nigeria? Boy, more y'all going to be fleeing to South Africa than ever before if Trump go over there. And that's another thing, too. We have helped open the door for everybody to come here. Everybody, including the diaspora. Then some of you want to come here and be disrespectful. And I know from experience that y'all don't allow other groups to come in and be disrespectful in y'all homeland. So y'all need to chill with that. Chill with that. I ain't getting into that diaspora war stuff. I think it's counterproductive, but just chill, because if I would have been in my office and heard that, I would have jumped on that TikTok live when I heard that. And I was like, oh, no. Let me get you straight for a minute, partner. You know, I would never go to nobody's live stream, no matter where a person's from, and talk down on them and bad about them. And like, what do you get from that? I mean, I don't get nothing from it. I have never done that. Oh man, Phil wouldn't talk horrible to these people. No, I won't do that. But he lucky I heard that the time I heard it. Cause boy, if it was a little hour later, I would have jumped on that lady's live. And yeah. Don't let me catch y'all doing it at the right moment. Yes, Tremaine, I'm under the weather. I'm trying to deal with it, Tremaine. I'm trying to deal with it. But that's commitment, right? When you got commitments, you gotta do what you gotta do, Tremaine. I mean, shit, yeah, I could have laid up or whatever and stayed in my room. But hey, no, you got commitments. That's life, right? You gotta battle through it. Yeah, I was on here still trying to do things when I had full COVID years ago, right? So it is what it is. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming on the stream, dealing with my cold today. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. It's very, very important.